Rock 108. Hey, it's Ned. I'm here at the Tax Slayer Center in Moline, also known as the Quad Cities, because there's a big show happening tonight, and that includes Skillet, Fight the Fury, Under Oath, and Breaking Benjamin. I've got Ben right here. How's it going, Ben?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Now, before we can sit here and talk about music, we can talk about the new album. The album's amazing, by the way. Ember, be sure to get that. But let's talk about Star Wars Episode 9.
Okay.
So
that's always definitely up there for me. So.
Right up there, man. So what are your predictions? What do you feel as though is going to happen in Episode 9?
You know, I never go into any of them with anything like that.
Really?
Yeah. I just go with the flow, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Star Wars. I've loved Star Wars my whole life. And the prequels are, like, so awful that every other Star Wars movie is so great in comparison to it. And so I'm just like anybody else, really. I just kind of like to see what happens. Sometimes I'll try to find like leaks and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care about spoilers when it comes to Star Wars.
Because you don't want to ruin it for yourself.
No, but I wouldn't care if I knew the whole thing. I'd still go see it. It's Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But I don't know. I honestly really don't even know what's gonna happen.
They're
Yeah.
keeping it pretty well under wraps.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I know Kylo Ren's gonna go back to the mask because I saw some concept art for that.
Oh, really?
So that's cool. Other than that, I really don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to come out where Rey comes from or if it's Luke's daughter or whatever.
Yeah. Which
I have a
everyone
strong
assumes.
feeling that it is.
Yeah, everyone assumes
Might
that
not be,
Episode
though.
8.
Sometimes they write them as they go, and I think if they put too much of like a thing where people know that is, they'll rewrite it to make it not that way. But who knows?
Which I think, honestly, is probably going to happen in Episode 9. I feel like
Who
they're going
knows?
to try to recover some of that, whatever might have happened in 8, and kind of give J.J. Abrams his way and style.
Yeah. So,
absolutely, man. But you've got the shows going on right now. I just watched some behind-the-scenes stuff, which you'll see probably on the Facebook page here pretty soon.
Yeah,
but I saw behind the scenes.
We had to do liners, and they're always so, like, we're bad at it.
But it was enjoyable for me, though. I mean,
I think people like to watch it. People watch our liners because they're awkward because we're awful at it. But
well, just keep practicing, man. You know,
it's been 20 years. It's not good. It is what it is.
Well, you have the tour going on. Obviously, Skillet, Fight the Fury, Under Oath. Man, how's the tour been going so far?
Everything's great.
Yeah.
Everything's great. Yeah, everybody's awesome, and shows have been fun, and all the bands are really awesome bands and awesome people, and that's all we need for success.
Absolutely.
You know, it's all we just want to have fun. You know, we've been doing this a long time, so we just kind of are in it for the fun anymore than anything else. You know,
if you're not having fun, like, you know, what's the point, you know?
I mean, we're grateful for all the success that we've been able to have, and that's awesome. And I am just completely grateful for it. But I just do it for the fun of it. I don't really do it as a job.
Yeah.
So
that's the best way, man.
Yeah, totally.
The absolute best
I used to. You know, with this lineup, we're all friends, and it's really fun. Before, it was kind of felt like a job because, you know, it was like a business relationship. But now we're friends, and we just love sharing a stage. We love doing new songs. We love just everything is great, and I think people pick up on that vibe. You know.
Yeah.
So it's nothing but a good time.
It becomes part of the performance. You know, you could be sitting and people know disrespect for them. They're hanging out at a desk or doing whatever it may be, but you're out there rocking and hanging out with friends and having a good night.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So you guys have the tour's going to continue on after with Skillet and Fight the Fury and such, but then you're going to be bringing Diamante and Bad Wolves on tour with you.
Yeah. You know, we've toured with those guys before, and it was really, really fun, and they're great bands, and so we're really looking forward to it.
Have you ever been to the Sylvia before yet? I heard you mention you're going to be heading there soon.
I think so. I don't think there's any place I haven't been.
That's true. You've been kind of.
But I don't know, maybe, but I doubt it. Like, everywhere I go, I seem like I've been there before. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's a really cool venue, man. Once you get there, check it out. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you said like you've been doing this for 20 years, man, which is crazy to think. And I've been hanging out with you guys since the original album.
I know, it's crazy.
And I always ask this to bands that have been doing it for a while. What's a band you've always wanted to tour with?
Well, I would have loved to have toured with like Nirvana, but
yeah.
you know, because that was like music that got me into music.
Absolutely.
Or Queen, you know, that would be cool. But other than that, I've pretty much toured with every band that I've wanted to tour with, so I'm really lucky.
There you go.
I'm really lucky as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, we recently even saw you in Cedar Rapids hanging out with Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, that was a great tour. We had a lot of fun. Those guys are awesome. They're awesome people. So.
Well, and you both have such explosive shows.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that too.
Blowing up, and then Five Finger Death Punch comes up, blows it up even more.
Yeah.
Like,
it was fun. Really fun.
But yeah, fun time, man. So We were talking about Star Wars a little bit. I want to know how far besides Star Wars, is there anything else that kind of interests you as well outside of Star Wars, like comic books, movies, anything like that?
I'm really into like VR gaming.
VR gaming,
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
What are you
yeah.
playing VR right now?
Fallout 4.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
man, I would
yeah.
love to try Fallout on VR.
Yeah, you just kind of live in it. But I got really into it. Actually, one day, hopefully, I want to start a video game company where I do nothing but VR.
Wow,
gaming.
man.
Yeah, so that would be really cool. I basically would just, make games like that where it's very immersive, very realistic, like you're living a virtual life type Skyrim, Fallout type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
because
getting more and more improved every single day.
yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like it's kind of taken off. The headsets are getting smaller and hopefully wireless one day, and hopefully it'll be just like putting a pair of glasses on one day, instead of this big thing on your head.
Yeah.
So it's a new thing, relatively.
Yeah.
And it's just, I've always been into video games, and once I started getting into VR and playing games in virtual reality, I found it really difficult to play on a flat screen, because after you're like inside the game,
you're in that immersive experience.
Yeah, it's like everywhere. It's really difficult to go back to playing it on a TV. So
I haven't really dived into VR yet because I want to, but I just haven't yet. And I bought Resident Evil 7. And that's a VR game too, and I'm like, I could just imagine this being terrifying.
That game actually,
VR,
in all truth, like I have a really, I scare when it comes to certain things. Certain things scare me, but that game is it's not really scary. It's more so like disturbing because you're inside of that world. So I have it, and I really don't play it because it's a dark, disturbing place.
It really is.
And when you're I don't want to be in like a nasty house like that, So I don't want
it absolutely is
chased
nasty.
around by a guy with a chainsaw. It's just not fun. It's just unnerving.
Yeah, well, Resident Evil does very well at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's
feel the
parts
same
in
way.
it that are really, really disturbing.
Yeah, no, and because graphics are getting so much more and more detailed, it just seems so much more real.
Yeah, that game is. There's a couple of times when I'm like, this isn't fun. Like I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, then
Just being chased in this house by this guy with the chainsaw. It's really, really like not a good time.
mission accomplished from Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
they
just
did what
like
they went to do.
Yeah. So if you want to feel like you're being chased with a guy with a chainsaw, that's the game for you. But I don't want to feel like that.
Not endorsed by Breaking
No,
Benjamin. No.
it's so good. It does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Have you heard of we'll end it up because I could just sit here and talk about video games all day with you, honestly. Have you seen that thing that Google announced yesterday, the cloud-based gaming thing where you don't need a console, you don't need anything, you just stream the game directly 4K to any device that you own, even
that's
an
cool.
old Chromecast.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Yeah, I look forward to that.
I think it's coming out, man. I think it's going to redefine the world, as they say.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's a good idea.
Yeah,
You don't have to hook anything up.
I know. It's like we don't have to buy that $400 thing anymore.
Yeah, it just seems the way of the world now.
It really is. Well, Ben, thank you, man,
Hey,
so
man,
much.
thanks for having me,
Appreciate it.
dude.
Looking forward
You
to
guys
the
are
show
awesome.
tonight. Absolutely. Check him out on tour, Breaking Benjamin, Skillet, Under Oath, Fight the Fury. It is the show that's going to start off your 2019. Ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
That was good. Check out Breaking Benjamin live and check out their album Member. It's Ned from Rock 108.